Here for Rowdy C? I'll take that, good sir. Oh, wow, dude, I was just about to knock. It's like you knew I was coming and just popped out of nowhere. Oh, I'm a trained ninja, don't you know? Hey, as long as I get a good tip. And the trans-regional portal works like a charm. Another successful invention, guys. You had us build an entire trans-warp system all the way back to Texas just so you could order food from your own hometown. It's not my fault SoCal doesn't have my favorite chicken joint. Besides, I think Dash and Dime wouldn't even deliver to this trailer park anyway. Damn guy in 126 deciding to run a counterfeit operation. Anyway, you guys are always saying you're looking for new challenges and new things to invent. And you're not at all worried about all of space and time collapsing in on itself. Which is why you work with Genie to establish the proper fail-safe measures. Ever since your last portal had me bouncing around between dimensions, I don't take chances anymore. We could have had all of this in Beverly Hills. Just saying, I think I could have gotten us a deal on Will Smith's old place. And have to commute 20 miles to Disneyland or the ball games? Besides, I like the relative anonymity that this park gives us. Everyone just kind of does their own thing. No one really bothers me or anyone else. Yeah, that's reserved for people online. What's that supposed to mean? Have you checked your latest viewer comments? Now, racist joke Fozzie again! Have you even reviewed an adult cartoon lately? It's on my Nut Shack review. That thing's almost a year old. You know what? I'm not gonna let him get to me. He wants to waste his time insulting hardworking content makers. That's his problem. Yeah, just like the others, like Avalaria. What's he done now? Just brought back his old Why All Internet Reviewers Suck series. I thought he got banned for making videos after he was charged with stalking that one guy. Unlike Black Magi, who's still going strong. That neocon in sheep's clothing? Oh, let me guess. He made a video calling me a libtard and mocking my weight. Let's not even get into what Razor Punch is doing. These guys spend all their free time trolling internet reviewers and they think they're better people because of it? God, this has just gotten me so frustrated. I'm going for a walk. Where are you going? I don't know. If I end up in Pomona, I'll message you to get the portal ready. So, here's the plan. And remember, the objective is not just to hurt them, but humiliate them. You develop a virus that will infect these haters' computers and specifically target their browser history. It will systematically look for the most embarrassing websites and other places these people do not want their viewers knowing they frequent, and then we publish a list of those sites all over Reddit. You got any clue how many international agreements this plan might violate? Probably 10 at least, but that's why we have a VPN on our systems, so they'll be looking for someone in Mongolia. And how will these haters not figure out it's you? You kind of have a reputation of being very vindictive. So do about 24 other internet reviewers that these asswipes troll on a regular basis. By the time they might narrow it down to being me, that's when we kick in the second leg of the plan, when Genie blinks them all to a special shack we've prepared for them in the Himalayas. Look, I get that petty revenge is what you internet reviewers are all about, but have you ever considered taking the high road here? What is this high road you speak of? Welcome to this special edition of Rowdy Live, where I have a number of special guests that you may be aware have not been the biggest fans of my show. We have political commentators Black Magi and Razor Punch on the Skype chat. Guys, I do appreciate you agreeing to come on. I didn't think you had the guts, given that you hide behind your pathetic little reviews while calling out people on Twitter like a little baby coward. Look, maybe you should consider it a sign that I called in favors to get in touch with you. I mean, you blocked me on Twitter for making one criticism of you, not the other way around. As opposed to you unfriending me on Facebook? Because I got tired of your constant posts deriding anyone who votes Democratic or gets offended by scantily clad anime women. See, Magi, all these internet reviewers are all the same. A bunch of basement dwellers that do nothing but watch kiddie cartoons and then gripe about them on the internet because they can't handle the real world. As opposed to you guys being on the internet all the time, making homophobic and misogynist videos specifically to get people angry. We don't do that all the time. We can actually take time out to get laid, unlike you. See, this is what I'm talking about. You guys and others out there seem to have devoted your lives to personally going after people on the internet you don't like and harassing and belittling them because it seems to make you feel better about yourselves. Yes, my gimmick is being a jerk on the web, but I provide thought-out critiques with comedy of TV shows for the purpose of educating and entertaining. Do you really think you're making the world a better place by doing all of your crap? Is all of this posting really worth it? So, one of those internet reviewers actually asked me onto his live show, and I agreed to go on just to see if he's as much of a pathetic loser as he seems on camera. Turns out the guy is worse, going on and on about hurt feelings and why can't we all sing Kumbaya together. Someone who does nothing but rant about Glee and Family Guy on the web all the time, and he says the problem is everyone else? I mean, this little toad has been doing that reviewer crap for nearly 9 years, and I think he averages fewer viewers than TNA Impact. How does he even afford a place to live? I'll bet he works for one of those Ultra Eats delivery services and still has to live in some place his mommy and daddy own. And these guys then go all over Facebook griping about people like John Tron and DeFranco and their attitude when they really are just bitter that those guys at least did something original. Meanwhile, Rowdy and his bunch can't do anything but rip off the nostalgia critic. You know, maybe if this guy had a beer every once in a while and actually talk to people out in the real world, maybe he wouldn't be such a panty waste. People like this are why social media and the internet are such cesspools now. You getting up anytime this year? No. We've got videos to make. Some of us here still like to eat, you know. What's the point? No matter what I do, people on the internet are gonna twist it around and make me look like the most pathetic loser on the planet. Come on, dude! You've got a loyal fan base that has stuck by you for nearly a decade, and you're gonna let one small group of asswipes turn you into the subject of a bad Hallmark movie? That movie was a lot more accurate than people want to believe. Look, if you just shut down like this, they win. All you can do is show people who you really are. So, quite a few of you may be aware that some people, some YouTubers more prominent than myself, have chosen to attack me with some personal statements on their videos and in response to my own comments. Look, I don't claim to be the nicest person on the planet. I can be an absolute jackass at times, but if I've ever resorted to personal attacks on other people, especially for things other than acts I felt hurt others, that was wrong of me. I never asked forgiveness for anything I do. All I ask here is, why do we take such pleasure in bringing down others? Yes, my show is dedicated to reviewing bad TV, but anyone who watches it should know I try to give examples of how things are done right, how we can get better. People who just insult others, do you really do it because it makes you feel good? Do you really dislike yourself so much that you need to belittle other people who are so much different than you in order to feel better about yourself? Here's a news flash. I don't like myself. I haven't for years. I probably never will, but trying to spread misery to others, that's not going to do any good. Everything I do, even in the context of yelling about bad TV shows, it's meant to try and bring some form of entertainment to others. I really just want to make other people happy, to forget about all the problems in their lives, if only just for a moment. If more people did that, instead of trying to bring down everyone else, don't you think maybe this world would be a lot easier to get through? So I was told about this video that some reviewer named Rowdy C made. I didn't know if I was going to bother with it, given that, you know, he's not exactly Linkara, but I dared to check it out, and I don't know if I've seen anything more pathetic in my life. What is this loser trying to do? Wanting to create a UN of the internet? Yeah, because the real thing works so well. What business does this guy have saying we need to get along like one of those crappy 80s cartoons he still watches? I mean, this is a guy who, according to my sources, has subscribed to websites featuring strippers dressed as fairy tale princesses. How the hell did you know that? Have you been targeting my browser history? He actually spent money for a custom video of G-cup-sized models wearing princess lingerie. What type I only considered that! And those models were all over 18! They were over 30! Mommy issues. This is why I dedicated this channel to calling out the reviewer community. There is a reason these are all a bunch of basement dwellers with no real jobs. Internet has made these wackos into celebrities, when in reality, they are just worthless losers that no one should aspire to be. And it's perfectly clear that Rowdy C is one of the worst of the lot.
I have never seen you this down before.
That's because you didn't know I'm doing the 2011 World Series.
Point taken.
It's just 8 years I've been doing this, man, and yeah, I know I'm not the nicest guy out there. I'm an outright jackass. I really admit that. It's just, but I have a purpose for everything I do and say. And meanwhile, there are people out there who bully and harass others just because they enjoy being cruel. I guess it wouldn't bother me if it wasn't for the fear that their words are why I'm still on the bottom rung of the internet reviewers.
Well, if you were as big as, say, the nerd, you'd be dealing with far more of these asswipes. Everyone's got to deal with haters, not to sound like Taylor Swift or anything. The more they get to you, the more they win.
Yeah, I know. Just ignore them, pretend they don't exist. I mean, if you can't reason with them, what else is there? It's not like I could have done something like have the guy secretly plant laxatives in those jerks' drinks and cherry bombs in all the toilets, all specifically rigged to go off with the push of a button at a time when all of them would have to use the bathroom at exactly the same moment.
Whether to admire you or fear you.
Hey, newsflash, we're not in some kind of after-school special or something.